Hey, awesome accounting students. Mark Franke here. This is video number 2 in my overhead allocation video for activity-based costing. This is chapter 17. So where we left off is with the plant-wide rate. We just calculated that. So now we're going to skip to requirement number 2, which is a departmental rate. So I'm going to go to my departmental schedule. Once again, I want to link in the name of the company, just to have it at the top, and here's our departmental rate. So, because we're going to use the same concept here for subassembly, finish, and support, I'm just going to control copy and bring those over to this page. Then I need to, here's my cost. Allocation base for this one, subassembly is machine hours, for finishing is welding hours, and for support is purchase orders. And the quantity is coming from my data schedule. So if we go back to and add together machine hours for both the Bruin Smasher and the Irish Crusher, welding hours, and purchase orders, just adding them together from the data. It's much better to link them with a formula than just to type the numbers in. And I can get my cost per unit. And I use the drag tool, and let's do a little bit of formatting. We're going to format this with a thick bottom border. We're going to center it, and now down below we can then calculate for each of our products. So we've got product, and I need 3 columns. So let's use these 3, and we'll use those 3. So I'll skinny this up, and I'm going to have the Bruin Smasher. Let's link it. Back to the data page, there's the Bruin Smasher. I'm going to use these 3 columns for that, so I'm going to merge and center these underneath here, and I'm going to make a thick outside border so it's obvious. And here is the 3 columns we'll need for the Irish Crusher. Again, I'm going to use the merge and center tool and put a box around it. So we're going to use our 3 different departments. We have subassembly, finishing, and support. I'm going to link the allocation base here. Then we'll go and grab our machine hours, our welding hours, and our purchase orders. I'm going to link to my costs up here and multiply. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for the Irish Crusher. Link to machine hours, link to welding hours, and then link to purchase orders. I'm going to link these guys up here to our cost and then multiply it out. So when I total it up, I'm going to draw a line and sum, draw a line and sum. Then we have our number of units produced. We can link that back to the data section, 400 for the Bruin Smasher and 2,000 for the Irish Crusher. And now we can divide it out to get the cost per unit. And we can build our gross profit calculation. So now I can link back to the plant-wide schedule for these guys. I'm using the drag tool. And the selling price from the data section is 3,200. 3,200 selling price for the Irish Crusher. Materials and labor, I'm going to bring these over with a minus $1,000. And $800. Again, much better to link with a formula rather than just type the numbers in. And I can use the sum to calculate my gross profit. And we'll do some formatting here. Calculate the gross profit percent. By dividing gross profit by the selling price. We'll add a decimal point. Why don't we put a box around each one of these using the control key. And there we go. Now I've got a nice schedule, 471.72, 860.26, and 14.7. You can see that the gross profit percent for the Bruin Smasher went down and the Irish Crusher went up. So that will complete this video. Stay tuned for video number 3. Thanks for listening. Bye.